All right, everyone, welcome to the WSSEA Valorant Finals. As said previously, it's going to be between Burlington and Lake Stevens as we are hopping into Ascent. Everyone, please give a round of applause for these players. They have been trying very hard this whole season, and it's going to be really fun watching this game. All right, so what do you think? What do you think of these picks right now? So we're seeing Omen, Sova, Jet, or Sova and Jet already locked in.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I was expecting to see some Sova Jet, of course. I mean, we're seeing some obvious picks here, nothing too out of the ordinary.
Right. No, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Reyna already picked in. Sage now confirmed with a chamber for Lake Stevens. It almost seems to me that like both teams want to have at least one initiator, but they're not going that double initiator. At least, yeah, we might have that Sky picked in.
Yeah, it's something.
No, definitely. And so Omens is going to be our smoke. We have double duelists for the side of Lake Stevens, which we have seen Lake Stevens do beforehand. It's going to be very interesting and how this is going to go. I swear to God. All right, we do have our confirmed team on the side of Burlington, excuse me. We have double initiator, Omen as our smokes, and Jet as our single duelist.
Of course. One thing I am excited to see is two Omens. Honestly, I just like the character design, this playstyle, and I'm really excited to see what it can do.
No, definitely. All right, we have Lake Stevens defending first. All right, how is their half going to go if you want to have a production?
Honestly, I'm thinking Lake Stevens can take this first round. They've shown they can before, and I'm mostly expecting the same thing, but I really do want to see a turnaround win for Burlington today.
Right, no, definitely. And it's going to be a lot of fun, especially, I mean, look at this. That was a campanile. For anyone who doesn't know, that it means a bell tower in Italian. If you wanted to know that the largest one in the United States is at the University of California, Berkeley, as I say every time I see a campanile. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Sorry, I cracked that up every time I say that. And so, all right, we're seeing this about 3 of it in 2 push. Majority towards B. How's this going to go?
Honestly, I don't know. No one can really tell before a match. You can assume, but I'm kind of thinking this could go either way right now.
Yeah, no, definitely. So going into this round, we're seeing Frenzies on the side of the Deputy, but giving away his position early in Garage. FX knows something's there, but are they not going to? They're not going to be pushing it just yet. Aldrone coming and not seeing anything, so it's going to be telling them that they're at least backing up, maybe towards site, maybe towards market, and of course that rotation already from CT. Maybe a bit too slow. They're trying to shoot down this Aldrone, revealing their location, and Curtis immediately gets the headshot up top mid there. And now they're going to be backing away. They don't want to be pushing their garage. They're scared. They don't understand right now that there's only 2 players on site, but the rest of the team is already rotating. Waiting for any mid-rotation there. Nice flash, but the paranoia is going to be giving away their location, but XD gets budget throw. Can they finish out Divity? They need to get something, but Divity gets 1. It's 3v3, already going to be in the favor of the attackers, but Curtis looks the wrong way. And Eclipse can't finish it out. Can XD get the 4th? No, goes down. Call me Philippe. It is all up to them. The spike will be planted. It's going to be up to FX and Raymond. They have to clutch it out here. They already revealed the location, excuse me. Call me Philippe's all down to them. But with that relay drone, we already know where they're going to be. Backing around, goes into a wall. They're only going to be able to go one way here. Tries to take them out. Call me Philippe gets 1, but doesn't get the 2nd. So and officially, Burlington will be taking this first round here.
Yeah. That round did not go how I expected. I expected Burlington to lose there. They were going down pretty fast in the beginning, but they came back after the first down. And really, it was a show to watch.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, and I think that really showed. I mean, it worked out for them, but they played it so slow. And do you think that might have worked out wrong if Lake Stevens was able to rotate?
Oh, yeah, I think definitely. They did try to initially push and then got one teammate down immediately, and it was way better once it slowed down.
No, definitely. And but now we're already seeing an early engagement up mid. 2 down mid. Curtis tries to push aggressively. It does get traded, but can Ionra at least maybe get a second in? No. Probably Philippe will be able to back up. Ionra actually, excuse me, double peek through there. So 4v3 on the side of Burlington. Make that a 4v2. Clips and A is going to be free now. It's going to all be up to, excuse me, I don't know who that is, on Heaven. And Spike will be planted. 4v2 now. How this is going to go? This Aldrin's going to confirm both are on Heaven. And with these slow orbs, I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything. A nice setup. A nice setup with that shock dart. Excuse me. But Dippity gets in a beautiful headshot onto Anra. Reveals their location. Raymond gets Budget Pro, so it's all going to be up to Dippity. Dippity's not able to finish it out, and Raymond with the 3K is going to take it 2-0 from Burlington.
Wow. Dippity really almost had that there. It was really close, and I'm so surprised that Burlington come back. They're clearly tried way harder after their loss against them last time. Honestly, this has seemed pretty in Burlington's favor at this moment. They've taken all the momentum of the first 2 rounds. Honestly, the more aggressive style and offense from Stevenson kind of was their downfall after they pushed hard and lost half their team in one attack.
Yeah, no, but oh, that's a nice pickoff. And remember that this is Lake Stevens' first gun round of the entire game right now. And now they're having to deal with a situation where, look, they're losing to Sheriffs. 5v3 is already how this is going to be going. And they're just going to rotate towards A. That slow orb's going to delay them for just a second. But Anro with a nice headshot through the, through the Heaven there. But Curtis now knows where they are. Shooting through the floor. Not going to be getting anyone, but the Rendezvous already taken out. They're going to be taking A now, but they're not going to be able to get on site. But Raymond goes down. A beautiful headshot from 2. Andro trades it out. 3v2. Are they going to be able to pick up those Vandals in time to maybe trade it out? Dippity with the, oh no, with the paint shell, is going to get one. But Yoa, oh, that's not how it's going to go.
That was really good play on Burlington's part. Curtis almost brought the match back in their favor. Very good to see that, and honestly, they're really moving with that momentum there. They've won the first 2 rounds, and it seems like they're still keep going.
Yeah, no, and already 3 up for the Tigers at the moment. And you know, look at this. They already have a great gun round, and now already Lake Stevens have to have another eco round. They have to have another time where they have to save. They're going for a buck even.
Yeah.
And all right, well, Yo Mama just sees Dippity through the door and gets a headshot off there. They're going to just take B maybe a little faster. Onroy giving away their position with that knife, trying to shoot wildly blind and not going to get anything for there. And XD gets another one in there. And this defending side is just crumbling at the moment as XD gets 2 on the A side. They're just getting a rush towards B. Curtis doesn't know where everything's happening. Does get 1. Maybe can get the second, but no, it's not going to be picking it up. And a 4-0 lead already for the Tigers.
Already 4-0. That was a pretty quick match. Honestly, they were playing way more aggressively that half, and it really worked in their favor since they had the proper gun rotation. Took down Dippity with 1 headshot immediately, and they pushed after that, and the team just folded.
Yeah, no, definitely. A beautiful cam of our players. Everyone give a round of applause for our players who are here trying to win something here. WSSEA Valorant Grand Finals.
All these teams are playing their heart out. They really practice for this. It can really show.
No, definitely right. These Seekers are going to be used by XD, revealing at least where Budget Pro is. Has to jump down. XD maybe could have finished it off there, but not going to be doing anything. They're just going to be waiting at the CT split. Call Me Philippe jumps in. Can they finish it off? No! XD gets it in there. Oh no, and the showstopper doesn't hit anything. But it's Eclipse with 3! It's a 1v1 Yo Mama. And of course, Curtis with the tour de force. Can they finish it off here? Yo Mama can plant, however, and will have smokes in the meantime, but is worried where Curtis is. Okay, Spike will be planted. I think Curtis does hear that sound cue.
Spike planted.
It's going to be up to where they're going to be going. Slow walking. Yo Mama maybe going to be in the wrong spot. Looking away, not looking at the right spot. They're already behind him. Can they find it? They find it! And Lake Stevens will be getting their first on the board.
course, Curtis managed to pull it through after his teammate took 3 down with him. Even he matched.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That was,
so yeah, that's just it's an incredible first round for them, first win for them.
That is a good first win, though. Took away the momentum from the team that's been dominating the entire game so far.
Yeah, no, huge win for them. And I mean, look at this though. Even with that, they still have to buy kind of off the mark.
Yeah, that is true. They aren't in the most comfortable spot, but they can show they still come back even in that uncomfortable position.
Yeah, no, definitely here. And all right, so it's 5v5. Lake Stevens has to get their second win of this game, in game number 1 of our WSSEA Valorant finals. Once again, it's going to be a bit of a split push. 3 towards B. Budget Pro reveals the location. Now, especially with that, and Anro with a great headshot on Kami Philippe. Budget Pro has to move back to position. Maybe we've already revealed this. Dash is going to be put out, but Dibbity with 2. Just suddenly in the garage. Ethics trades it out, but it's all up to them. Ethics might already get 1, but no, Curtis takes it to a 4v2 situation.
Oh, yeah. Both teams took it way slower that round, and Burlington just managed to clip it through again. They're using the momentum they got from their first win, and honestly, you can really see they really want this win.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, seeing how they're going to be setting up might be similar to if you are parked in the fire lane, please make sure to move your car, as it might get towed very soon. So, hey, we're, don't wait like these Valorant players. Make sure to move your car. That cracked myself up. That was a terrible one there.
I liked it.
I liked it. All right, so 3v2. Now it's more towards mid this time, and A push here. Curtis is gonna not get anything. XD is just too fast on the draw. A pop flash out on B. Excuse me, on A. Not gonna get anything yet. The Owl drone once again just gonna be confirming that. So no more flashes for Eclipse here. And they're just shooting through the smoke. Maybe not necessarily knowing where Eclipse is. They have an idea, and now they're already watching where that was. So great smoke there, just kind of forcing them to walk anywhere they want. XD gets an updraft from Ann. They're trying to be a little bit aggressive here. But already, Kobe Philippe's position's revealed. Budget Pro should be able to finish it out. A nice flash there. But Budget Pro can make it at least a 1v3, excuse me. Does have full armor, but is going into already going into angles already set up. 2 on Jenny, wall, of course, on Tree. And it went 1 on Hell. So it's going to be all out. Yo Mama takes it, and Yo Mama just gets the better of it all. And 5-2, Tigers still in quite a lead with their attacking round.
Yeah, of course. Even if they took the momentum for those 2 games, they still do have 3 on them as of this point. And honestly, I think it was really bad that Curtis got taken down so soon, especially since he's been playing really well in the past rounds. And then they just kind of took it over from there.
All right, everyone, just give another round for Lake Stevens. Bring them your energy. Why aren't you applauding? Applaud Lake Stevens. Make sure that they have the energy of everyone here. Of course, for Burlington as well, they need everything that they can get. This is their defending side. Remember that they have to do well here for their attacking round. And that's paranoid, but they're not engaging with it for the side of Burlington. Budget Pro waiting. Gets low, 45 HP, but does get that frag off. Raymond trades it, but 4v4. And these sheriffs are doing incredible work. Arez does come out to make it favored for the attacking side. Dibbity waiting. A beautiful headshot there by Dibbity. And Eclipse gets to shoot with the sheriff. Can they finish it out? It's all up to XD, and they do! Their eco round does bring it to 5-3, and there it is.
Oh my god, that wonderful play by Dibbity. I think that took the round right there. Honestly, the headshot immediately took out one of their opposition, and then their teammate was left alone, surrounded. There was no way they could have fight back.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, how do they take it back from that? It seems that every time they lose a player, they're ruining their economy just a little bit more, and so it just seems like every round for both sides is just a bit of a mismatch. Yeah, I know. Every time with one of the teams wins, always because of that one opposing player getting taken down, and then they just kind of force their way through and take out the rest, break their composure. Right. No, that's a very good point there. And now playing very carefully towards A. Actually even baits out that knife from Eclipse. So now they're not going to have any, not necessarily an idea. This knife sword is going to be popped by Andra. Entry in there, revealing at least the location, but Eclipse just walks, Andra walks straight into the headshot there. Yomama chase it out, so now the bomb will be planted. It's going to be a post-plant situation, retake for them. Call Me Flip just jumps in there, tries to do something with it, but gets taken out slower on Heaven, but Divinity is able to get one in time. The showstopper's going to be popped. It gets two! It gets traded out, but it's all up to Yo Mama now, and they're going to be knowing an idea. They're pinging it. They're already ready, and Budget Pro's going to be taking it out. And 4-5 for Lake Stevens.
No, that mass takedown by Dippity, that really helped. They were doing good to begin with, you know, with Eclipse getting the first early down, and then 3-in-1 attack. I mean, that was so swift. They couldn't really build themselves up back from that. Honestly, this is still a really close game. In the beginning, it was 4-0, but now they've come back. They're down by 1. I think they still have a chance to take it.
Still have a chance to take it. And what do you think is their key here? How do they win this from here? Is it working on those post plants? Is it maybe being a little bit more aggressive in that, in that early round?
Honestly, I think, yeah, maybe playing a little more aggressive, more centralized together, because they've been showing that they kind of stand around, they go around separately, take out a ton of their opponents. But it's honestly that first takedown that matters.
Yeah, and especially Andra getting that first one off. Unscopes at just the wrong time, so XE is able to trade it around, and Raymond just looking, I don't even know where that was. Oh, catching towards A. Just calmly playing a little too aggressively there. Right, this from the shadows just going to be revealing at least who is on Heaven, so they know it is just Eclipse, so they're going to be able to, they feel confident enough to plant in there. And with this Heaven push mostly, but Dippity just throws the paint shield just out of nowhere and makes it an even situation. It's all how Raymond takes that off from here. Dippity just doing incredible work, gets another paint shield, and they're coming from everywhere. XD is all up to them, and no, Dippity will even us out for the Vikings. So just incredible work.
Nice try and big Zeppas for the open bracket. Nice try and big Zeppas for the open bracket.
No, of course, Budget Pro really saved it there with the, when he looped around, he kind of get in from the back when they were already fighting 2 in the front, and they just lost their third. So the 2v2, and then he got assisted from behind, kind of took him down real fast.
Yeah, no, I mean, but even, at this point, I don't know if I'm a little bit worried about this buy. I mean, okay, now they changed it. They originally had that heavy shield and that, and that Vandal. I like this, but this has to, we're going to go into this is our penultimate round.
This is the penultimate.
And so this is going to be vital for their economy here. Curtis with this operator again. Obviously can even just use the tour de force the next round, and XC pops right into it. It's all going to be towards B. Does that give them any situation? Oh, those firing through the smoke may have just revealed their location. Curtis going for the flank with the operator. Doesn't have a way out, so if they're taken out early, maybe the operator, the clutch operator on the attacking side could be working out for them, but no, Dippity with those paint shells gets FX again. I believe that's the second time in as many rounds. Double operator coming out. Call Me Philippe waiting already at tiles there. It's all going to be up to Andra here and Yo Mama. And just a bit of a slow play here as they wait to push through the smokes. And Andra gets a headshot on Budget Pro. I don't even know if that was that just a fire through the smoke even?
It was just a fire through the smoke, yeah.
Yeah, no, very lucky indeed. And, okay, Andra going for more. They can't pick up any guns, so maybe to take it around. Remember, this is 4v3 still. 2 are on market, 2 are on tiles. They're waiting for any switch around. Eclipse waiting there on a nice smoke. They're going to be able to maybe back away more towards that T-spawn. But the smoke goes away immediately. Oh no, Raymond and Yo Mama already have revealed their location. 14 seconds left. Eclipse runs in. They get 2. Raymond gets 1. It's all up to Andra now, and with those paint shells, going to be forcing them back, and they're going to be able to clutch it out. And Lake Stevens have now officially gone into the.
No, that round, it was going really well for both teams. Kind of fell apart once the timer started running out, and they pushed a little harder. And then once they got one of their players down, it was basically they just pushed and took out the rest. Both teams here showing a lot of skill, honestly. they should both be really proud with how they've trained, how they practiced to get to this moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now we're entering our final round of this half. If this is 6-6, it's anyone's game at that point. Obviously, you know, you could say that that could be in the side of who the attackers were, but regardless of how that goes, the Seeker is going to be used, revealing at least one was in L, but they're going to be forced away. There's just too much utility keeping them from that 8 site, so they're going to be backing around towards B. And with, oh, the blue bot going to be broken early. Slow orb towards CT, just going to be keeping Dippity out just for now. But Budget Pros got paranoid, can't back away, but Dippity gets one. Okay, Showstopper is going to be used. Can they get a second? And they can! And the Tour de Force also gets one, so now it's going to be up to 2 to have to pick up that bomb. X is just going to be placing pressure in. No, it's not going to get anything. It's all up to Andrew with the headshot. Can they get a second? They can get 3. It's all up to, it is a 1v1. Okay, but suppressed at the moment. They're going to be planting here. So this post plant is going to be all up to who can aim better. If they're going to be looking the right way. Andra is in such a spot. If they look the wrong way for just a second. Okay, they're revealing their location. It's all up to Eclipse here. Dash has been activated. Can they get out of there in time? Eclipse is solo. They're both half in. Andra with 4 will even us out. And finally, now we're going to be going into a defending side for the Vikings. How do they win it here?
Honestly, I think play more defensively. But can we talk about that last game? Onra's absolute clutch there. Such a beautiful 4-man takedown. They were pretty much sold at that point, and Onra came back to carry the entire team.
Yeah, no, definitely. And so, you know, I mean, they're already maybe more posturing towards A this time.
Honestly, it's anyone's game still, even halfway through the game to the actual match.
I'm surprised no pauses being brought up either.
Honestly, I am too. I was expecting more of a one-sided match, just determined on how it started with a 4-0. But yeah, no, they really came back.
No, nice. And all right, this I was going to call it a Maywall for just that guy. Excuse me, but that Sage Wall just going to be forcing them off A more towards mid. They're maybe looking for anyone who's going to be peeking from the sides, but no one's going to be there. A slow walk through their T spawn. Going towards B. Walking, not revealing anything just yet, and no one's even walking. No one's, moving in a place where they can check this rotation. So this may catch them off guard, but no one is rotating from their positions. So at least you have some players there. You have someone ready to try to do something with it. And this recon dart can reveal their location, and it does. All 4 are now going to be seen there. XD has to go back into a position, but Call Me Philippe is going to be getting the fluff of the draw. With that heal, going to be doing it. XD trades it out. 39 seconds is all that's remaining on the board. Post-plant situation, retake for the side of Burlington. And with this flash in, Dibbity goes down. Call Me Philippe gets another. Call Me Philippe with 3. Can they get anything from here? But oh no, Andrew gets 1. Andrew gets 2. Dibbity, but is able to clutch it out. And of course, our attacking side, Lake Stevens, just going on a rampage.
Yeah, the attackers really took that game. Honestly, got really close when XD almost came back and took out all of them. Dippity really came through to end the comeback right there and there.
Yeah, no, 100%. Okay, I was waiting for Budget Pro to buy that. I was a bit scared. What do you think of this, though? I think at the pro level, we've seen heavy shields usually be the play here. What do you expect with light shields? Oh, no, okay. As I say it, I cast for Kirsten, they bought heavy shields.
I mean, of course, I also favor heavier shields, but it's really nice to see others played, and it could give you an advantage. Unknown usually beats what you expect.
No, 100%. All right, 2 are going to be at Boathouse, but XC reveals the location there. No, they're going to be there. A beautiful shot there. Takes 1 out, and Divinity gets 2. And already this side take is just going to be done. And remember, Burlington didn't force here, so this is going to be a bit of a rough round for them. Regardless, they want to maybe try to get a pick off. They want to try to get something here to, ruin that economy. They want to make sure that it's going to be equal going into the next round. But with 5 already, they're covering all the angles there. Healing trying to something there, but Raymond gets 3. Your Mama does get 1. But it's 4v1, and they have Spectres, and you have Classic, and that's going to be Dippity with 4, as Lake Stevens go 8-6.
Honestly, yeah, Dippity is a force to be reckoned with. Especially early on there, it took out 2 of the opposing players almost immediately by themselves. That is, in and of itself, is a huge wave when it comes to any kind of offense. If you lose 2 key defending players, even if you trade out 1 of yours, it's always an advantage. Honestly, this match is really good, and it seems like they're coming back again. It seems like the momentum's fallen to one team. I don't know if they can come back again.
Yeah, no, it's going to be up to how they take it from here. Interestingly enough, Budget Pro does actually go for the Phantom, doesn't go for the Sheriff and Light Shields, as we usually see if you're taken out early and by round. Call Me Felipe just peeks immediately, takes out your Mama. And Raymond just, oh, the beautiful play there is going to be taking them out. So remember, this is their bonus round. They should not be winning this right now, but they're already 5-3 with this post-plan situation. It's going to be up to how they take it from here. Eclipse, a nice shot start there. Honor gets 1. XD gets a beautiful headshot off there too. So they've brought it back. It's 3-2, but remember, every time they get a pick off, they're ruining the economy of the defending side, because this is all that they have right now. Dippity gets another. Budget Pro gets 1, and XD's all that is left, and has to actually back out there from heaven. And wartime split taking off the clock, slowly going more towards a victory, and Dippity picks up the Phantom and finishes it out, and Lake Stevens win their votes.
Yeah, this entire game, Dippity's shown time and time again, they should be fearful of them. With that game getting 3 in the game prior, getting 4 kills. I don't know. This just seems really in the favor of Lake Steves. Honestly, I'm really excited to see how the rest of the match can go. I am hoping that Burlington can come back, kind of show more of what they've been showing. They did really well to begin with, but now they seem to have fallen back down.
Yeah, no, 100%. All right, the Empress is going to be popped early, but this actually might allow Dippity to just take a little bit of aggression for Call Me Felipe to coming in, and I don't think they're waiting for this. Okay, perfect jump there, saves them there. XC's all of theirs, and the headshot takes out Call Me Felipe. Anra tries to do something, I think, with that knife storm. They're not going to get anything from there. Going to be coming in with the showstopper as well. And your Mama almost gets something off, but sadly isn't going to be able to take it off. So it's all up to Epics here. No, not going to be able to clutch it out. Yeah, so now it's going to be a post-plan situation here. Raymond, such a location, they already know where they're coming from. They're coming from CT, they're coming from Market. This wasn't enough time for them to, push through garage, push through anything there. And sure, yeah, look, you get a knife off, you know where, you at least know that they're there. Classic versus Vandals, it's not going to be working on it anytime you know. And all right, well, a nice little headshot there, but Eclipse able to clutch it out, and we go for double digits, for the Vikings.
Honestly, the Vikings are really taking this back. They started off really slow, again with a 4-0, and then after those first 2 wins, they managed to absolutely silence their teammates, more than like 1 or 2 odd wins. But since then, it's been a win after win. They really brought this back from that terrifying first 4-round situation.
Yeah, now we're going to see the first operator of this app on Anra. I'm really hoping to see maybe something a little different with that. Earlier we haven't seen anything with it, and okay, that recon dart can be broken immediately, going to at least reveal that someone is there. Can Call Me Felipe get anything with this entry? No, X is just waiting for it all. They're going to be holding back from the smoke, and actually they're going to be rotating from this. Maybe just catching them out, but 2 towards mid. Can be seeing this, but a nice smoke there should be able to at least hold them off for now. And we're waiting here with this operator. Can they get anything as they keep the tree? No, they're not. Actually, no, that barely saved them there. Curtis goes down. They know where Anra is now. Pops, at least pops that dash. With those paint shells in there again. But look at this. They're already planting again. Their economy is going to be incredible. Even if they lose this, even if this goes 10-7, they have, in order to take it back, the Tigers have to keep doing stuff. They have to keep going there. but these post plants, these retakes for them are just so brutal. And Budget Pro with 2. Dippity takes another, and they already know where Yo Mama is. Yo Mama with a beautiful headshot there, taking off the cliffs. But it's 2v1. What was 3v4? Yo Mama gets 1. Yo Mama gets 3! And they're going to be able to clutch it out with just enough time to spare.
Just as we were talking about the other team taking it with multiple kills in a row, Yo Mama comes back with 3 on the last 1v3. Honestly, I didn't expect another win for a good long while. That was a very close round, and Yo Mama really carried his team through there.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at what this did to their economy, though. They have no money.
They do. They're also really down bad. They don't have any money to spend. No,
I'm kind of worried about this ghost spot.
Yeah, this is still not in their favor, but they've shown they can come back. And
yeah.
I'm excited to see if they are able to take the entire game in the last few rounds.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna have that null force, excuse me, or null sector, excuse me, being popped off. Raymond's wall gonna be broken, so they at least know something's there. But this shot, they missed that timing just a bit. Dippity, nice little bit of a sight take there. Raymond is gonna be taken out, and we're with this operator again. Now has to change it around, has to go for the retake instead of using it to try to get a pick off early. And honestly, I would say save here. Why lose that? Why lose that operator?
Yeah, honestly, it's a real high risk just to have, because if your entire team is taken down.
Yeah, no, Andrew's proving me wrong there, and actually this retake's going in their favor. All of a sudden, Andrew with 2.
One enemy remaining.
And FX is all up to Curtis here. And what was a great situation for them, suddenly it's turning around, and Curtis almost brought it back, but 10-8. And so, they're slowly starting to get their economy back up.
They're coming back. And that operator really played a key role. It was kind of not being used in the first beginning of that little round there, but they really used it. The high risk, high reward of that thing really came through. They took out 2 people with just 2 shots.
Yeah, now actually we're going to be seeing the, for the side of Lake Stevens, now their economy is going to be a bit rough here. Yeah. Obviously, Dippity, I think, was eating those pickoffs and was staying alive in these rounds. Of course, could fall by this time, but now we're going to be seeing Chicos, we're going to be seeing Kevs, and single Marshall. This is going to be a bit of a rough fight for them. And
organizing our college showcase for Valorant. We have some years of Tacoma that will clap you. So we need the college players over at the main entrance right now to organize our Valorant challenge match.
All right, going into this now, so it's just going to be up to how they take it from here. They're a little bit slower, going through market instead. Aaron gets a nice pick up on Curtis. And this double operator setup may be putting them into just in a spot where they don't want to be. Probably Blue does get 1. I mean, as long as you get early pickoffs, as long as you get more and more pickoffs, that could work out for them. Nice leer, but not enough in time. And Raymond with 3 at 6 HP has to heal themselves. It's all up to Budget Pro here. Should be able to get a headshot. Oh no, reveal their location. And Raymond with 4. And now we're only 1 away from Lake Stevens tying it up.
Yeah, no. Well, they're only down by 1 now. They came back really well, not getting any games in the second half until 3 in a row. Honestly, that was really Raymond's time to shine. They hadn't doing much, really acceptable or exceptional. And right there, getting 4 in a row really helped them pull through there.
Yeah, an incredible couple rounds for them, especially that it's the post plants. And I think that's something we saw, especially early on, is their post plants looked a bit iffy. They lost a budget round there. I mean, we had Lake Stevens just bring it back with Sheriffs in a post plant situation. Yeah, that's what's worrying me. Oh no, missing that shot is definitely going to be haunting Honor's dreams for a little bit here. This mid play going to kind of reveal the location. And all right, Honor makes up for it, takes up flips. But Curtis trades that out in turn. So now, can they get a res off Raymond? No, Raymond was going for it, but walks straight into Dippity Exy there. They're just going to be going towards site. 4v3 is going to be this retake. We have seen, Lake Stevens bring it back before. Excuse me, I have seen Burlington bring it back before, but Lake Stevens, it's going to be rough here for how this is going to go. All right, XD does start it off. Curtis was looking the wrong way. XD gets 2. But Dibbity trades it up, but Dibbity gets traded immediately. We have seen what Dibbity can do. Budget Pro is just hiding in the smokes as they go on. Gets one, but doesn't. Walks into the smoke. It doesn't see Yo Mama there. And now we're going to be in a tied game here.
Yeah, Budget Pro almost saved that there for them, but no, it's all tied up once again. Honestly, that round was really special. I was about to say that Lake Stevens was kind of, you know, running out of funds. Yeah, no, I was just about to say they're running low on funds, and then they immediately get a win to get all their supplies refunded.
Yeah, no, 100%. All right, now we're going to be seeing, you know, I don't know if you were hearing earlier, I was talking about, on a set, I love the Odin with Sova, and that's why I like seeing Sova on this map. I think Sova has to be one of the most picked. I think Sova and Chamber really just synergize so well on this map. Sadly, it doesn't. Sadly, we see one Chamber and we see one Sova, and they're not on the same side.
Yeah, of course. Having an Odin is amazing, and having someone who's really good with them and able to use it to its full ability, it will always show something spectacular.
Yeah, no, 100%. And look at this, it actually almost forces, I don't think they know about the Odin just yet, but this, it forces them away. They're scared of going into that Odin. They don't have anything to really shut down that recon dart in time. So, you know, maybe they can break into time if they're watching the same spot, but it still scares them. Raymond with the wall does actually is able to get them slow or down. They're going to be slowed for just a bit more. Conrad goes for the Boombot, doesn't get anything for it, but Excellent trades it out. Calmly Blade trades, gets another trading dispute. Gets I'm losing my words at the moment. But Curtis and Budget Pro is taking 2 out. It's all up to FX, who just wants to use this on Fury, but might not work out for them. Honora has to throw down double smokes just to be able to do anything here. So it's 4v2 for this retake. Honora might just want to save this operator. Remember, if they lose this next game, this next round, excuse me, it's going to be the final round of what could be the final round of this game. The Odin does get to a lot, but sadly not going to be taking it up. And once again, now we're going to be seeing the Vikings back up 11-10.
Yeah, Burlington really took that round. It was a really close the entire time, and then once they got one little foot in their offense, they took down their entire team in a matter of seconds. And I mean, that's really hard to do as someone who's played Valorant. But yeah, these teams have both practiced really hard to get the way they are, and it really shows when you watch the gameplay. Honestly, Burlington might still take this back.
Yeah, no, they could, and if Burlington are able to take it back from here, it's going to be incredible. They were having a great comeback, but seems to just be such an attacking side of Lake Stevens. It's going to be worrying. It has to go well for them, and I'm a bit worried. I say they're just going to be no effect. They're just going to be engaging in here. Can they get anything for it? They're investing so many ultimates already. The Showstopper tries to go in, but doesn't get everything. But Dippity is able to at least take out one. I see the Classic was able to take out Comic Blade, which is definitely not how I think I would win this game. This round to go, but with First Blade coming in. I mean, a nice Bladestorm trying to do something. Curtis has to back out of there, especially with their location being revealed. Anra comes in. Eclipse gets 2. And no, Anra can't do anything with that Ice Storm. But the Sheriff gets 1, but Budget Pro with 3. And we are going to game point.
We are going to game point. Honestly, whenever you think this game's done in 1, you know, they're coming back, the momentum's theirs. The other team always pushes back. It's a really close game. Even now, with 2 games left, you don't know who's about to win. It all relies on this round, and if Lake Stevens can come back and take this game, they have a chance to win it all right here.
Yeah, everyone, it's all on the line here. Lake Stevens is up 12-0 right now, and it's going to be up to how they can take it from here. Burlington has to do something here. They're able to at least buy a little bit, but it's going to be a bit rough. Ooh, okay. They weren't able to break that recon dart in time.
Yeah, that was a good recon dart.
Yeah. And so this retake ought to be, how's it going to be going? Oh, no, it's going in the favor of Burlington. Your mom takes out 2. Curtis, at this point, you can't really save this operator at the moment. It's going to be, you have to do something with it. So, okay, it does reveal that both of them are there. Shock Dart going to be a nice little bit of a lineup for that Shock Dart. But can they hit anything with it? Not yet. It's going to be 2v5. at this point, do you save or do you just have to go for it?
Honestly, I think you have to go for it at this point. You kept your entire team this whole round, and they're only down to the last 2 players. You have the advantage. I'd say the Vikings should just try and finish it as fast as possible.
Oh no! While Curtis was able to get XD coming, I believe, from tiles there. Curtis was not able to get anything from there. Does someone's coming behind? But that is actually going to be a bit of a trick play. Going to be rotating back towards Market, towards the rest of the team. On this beside Curtis is all that is left. 30 seconds on the clock, so we really can't do anything.
Okay.
Brackets already set.
Yeah, so it's now going to be
10 minutes to start up. I'm going to go over there and go over with you guys. I'm going to put up the brackets up.
Yeah, no, so it's going to be the final 8 seconds left is all that is going to be there. So it's going to be 12 to 10. And so it's going to be 12 to 11. So, you know, we can go to overtime. Do you think we see overtime? But at least Curtis is off.
With how that round went, I think we can see an overtime game right here. Just as I said the round before, whenever you think it's done, everything's said and over, the other team always manages to come back with 4-1 at the end of that round.
Yeah, and at least we're going to be seeing, you know, in almost full body. Obviously, the operator generally operate, you know, with light shields, but it's you know, this is all on the line here.
Yeah,
for students. They could win this first game.
Yeah, if they win this, I think they can take overtime. You know, everything's in their favor, the momentum. You know, they got that confidence. But if they lose, it's all over.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be really interesting. And I think the snipe does. It didn't reveal anything there. So as they're holding more back, they're holding more towards Kelly. And so it's going to be up to how this ASA take goes. You've seen how good their takes are. I love their takes, and they're actually playing a little bit more important this time, just to try to maybe catch it out. But Dippity gets 1, Dippity gets 2, Dippity gets 2. Both headshots, and now it's going to be 5v3 coming into this. Andra has to do the retake with the operator, so it's going to be a bit rough here for them, as the spike will be planted. They're going to be breaking down tree stores. And Kali Philippe goes for the aggressive play there, and Dippity goes down as well. So it's going to be even. How are they going to hold these angles again? They have to hold it well. They have to make sure that the best angles. But no, Curtis beats through the smokes. Andra goes down. Eclipse is able to trade it up a bunch of but Afix with 3, and we're going to go to overtime.
Oh, man, that's overtime. Honestly, it was a really close match. Dippity took 2 early on, and I thought that was a guaranteed, you know, last nail in the coffin situation. But no, they came back really well, taking 2 back immediately, and then winning the 1v1 in the end. Epics.
Overtime.
Who do you think is going to take overtime, though?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. Especially, I mean, look at this. Dippity at 36 and 16.
Yeah,
it's just incredibly performance from them. It could be a 40 round drop.
Yeah, no, this is still anyone's game, but both teams are really adding up funds right now. Whoever loses next round, it might be over for them in the last final round.
Yeah, and so for anyone who doesn't know how overtime works in a tactical shooter like Valorant, is each side will be switching off attacking and defending. You have to win both of those rounds in order to take this game. You have to be in the lead by 2. If this goes 13-13, this can go all the way to 2020, and it might not even end yet. Oh, winner of this is it? Oh, excuse me, I was wrong. This is whoever wins this round will be the winner of this game. So it's going to be all up to here. And actually, Burlington maybe in a spot where it's going to be a little bit rough for them. Andra, Andra gets stinked a little bit. Kali Philippe is all going to be here for this side take. Dippity does. It's all. Honestly, I think it's going to be up to how Dippity plays.
Honestly,
Dippity can get a lot of picks off on this take.
Yeah.
This could do a lot. They're going towards B. But maybe bait it out a little bit. Kali Philippe does trade it out, does take out XD, so it is a 4v4. So maybe that does allow them to win this game. Because remember, they only have to win this one. Dippity does reveal their location. Boombot coming in. Excuse me, not Boombot. Doesn't do anything. No, Dippity wasn't able to shoot. And no, right? With that, he's 4v3. Operator going to be out for a retake. Kali Philippe has to do a lot here. Curtis with the operator. This is going to be a bit rough here for them. How is this going to be going? Honor with the flank tries to do something with it. I think has to back out of there. And gets out, barely 30 HP. But 3 are on site. How are they going to be taking this? And this might actually be it. Nice
Curtis down.
Curtis gets one, Eclipse gets one to trade it out, and sadly it's not going to be working it out. And Burlington with it will be taking game number 1.
Burlington had it right in their grasp.
Hello, welcome back to game 2. This is Burlington versus Lake Stevens. It was Burlington who took that first map, 13-12. Very close.
Very close, of course.
There you go.
Hopefully Valorant come to the...
All right, so already starting off, we do see, like I talked about, that initiator being the sky. A lot of teams really enjoy that sky because it can really get you into sight. The flashes could go far, like really deep into the sight, and you can create that space along with the jet as we see from the attackers, which are going to be Burlington.
Of course. So what do you expect to see from this match especially?
Well, because Burlington already has that first point, I expect them to be very confident. As we can see, just based on their attacking composition, they're going to be very quick to get on site. They do have the Viper. Viper is a traditional pick to this map because of the Viper lineups and also her Viper pit. Her Viper's pit is able to really hold off either a push or hold off that post plant because the Viper pit is very scary to walk into. You can't see anything in it. You're like walking in blind. And you're hoping that the outline of your opponent just flashes up before your eyes before they can flick on you.
Of course. Do you think having Viper might be an overpower almost? Do you think it'll give them almost an advantage?
Well, it could, yes. But if you eliminate the Viper nice and early, then you don't have to worry about it. You know, that's kind of an idea. Also, you're hoping that you can really get that advantage by just picking them off early, or also just hoping that you can deny her that Viper's pit as much as possible.
Of course, that makes sense.
And seeing for the defending side, we do have Lake Stevens. Like I mentioned, they are behind a map, so they're looking to make this up to take us onto the third map. If they're able to secure this map, we're going to go on to that third map, which I don't have that information, but we will get there shortly about it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. They do bring out the Chamber. We talked about the Chamber pre-show.
We did, yes.
So Chamber is really OP because he's able basically to get those really good weapons, such as the Headhunter, which is like a sheriff, but you get to scope in on it.
Oh.
Which gives you that advantage.
Oh, yeah. So they have a very good chamber that could essentially be a very great asset to them during this game, whereas the other team, Lake Stevens, I believe, has Viper, who could be an amazing advantage if kept alive long enough.
Yeah, and they also bring out the Sages, which is not a common thing to see, at least from the pro scene. Usually they go for possibly a KJ, or they bring out maybe another initiator. But to have the Sage, essentially what I'm getting from that is they're trying to wall off certain sites. So for example, that A main choke, that entrance, or that B push as well. They could also use it to lock down Hall, which is another way to get into the A site.
And they might be able to slow down other players in the process, correct? Which
Absolutely.
means that both sides now have the advantage to like slow down the other.
Yeah, and as far as duelists, if you can see, it looks like Burlington decided to go with a double duelist composition. They have the Jet, which can dash into sight and create that space along with the Sky. And the Reyna, it's more useful because you can use that closer blind.
So they have both long range and short range. So they could do close combat or far away. So they're very well equipped for this match.
Yeah, it looks like it. We have to see how these defenders decide to kind of hold them off. And as we can see, they do have that Sage, like you said, to slow them down. And they also have the Chamber for that intel, which is something that Burlington is lacking, which is that information gathering agent.
Of course. So I guess we'll have to see how this plays plays out.
Yeah, now we're going to start off into the first round, and as we can see, it looks like Burlington is looking to gather a lot of mid-aggression. They already have it as they're pushing into this A side, and they also have that sandwich flank coming in from Sky as well.
Okay. Oh, they locked her in. And it looks like they have someone shooting from the top to try to take out those lower players.
Yeah, the retake. As we can see, most of the defenders are coming from their spawn. As we said, that headhunter coming from Curtis, connecting, looking for a second.
There goes Chamber. So they've now lost a lot of their artillery. So we'll have to see how they handle this.
Yeah, it's all down left to Budget. Budget Pro here trying to get that first point for the defenders here. It's going to be a Viper and a Sky, but your mama said, not this time, buddy.
Looks like the attackers won, but we'll see how Burlington takes the next match.
So following up this second round, we call it the buy-up round. When you're able to win that first pistol round, you're awarded by buying up these Spectres. As we can see, all of the attackers for Burlington are opting to get those Spectres, but it is Raymond with that light shield.
Okay.
Usually, it gives the advantage to the team who has the bigger weapons, but sometimes the defenders manage to get that point on their side.
Of course, and it looks like we might be starting. It looks like many players have already been taken out. 2, 3, 4 from Lake Stevens.
Yeah, and now once again, it's all down to one remainder defender. This time it's Dippity trying to connect with Arena, but the Sky Flash goes through. Dippity finds the head of Eflux, and now looking to aggress onto this Sage. The Sage peeks through, headshot hits, and now it's going to be a 2v1. These attackers decide maybe we should play this a little bit more carefully.
Dippity going for a sneak. Oh.
That was really well done. The reason for these attackers to decide to back out instead of continue to aggressing is that the way for a defender to clutch out a round, you must isolate those 1v1s. And that's what Dippity was trying to do at that point. But the attackers knew, hey, it's probably not that great of an idea to do that.
Of course, and I noticed the attackers also split up, so that means Dippity had to go through further lengths and was less protected during those times. So that left him in a vulnerable spot.
Yeah, I want to point out a mistake that was made by the defenders last round, which was the fact that they decided to buy up. Therefore, this should have been their full buy round, which means you have full shield, you have full AKs, and you have all abilities. Now, because they decided to buy up that second round, oh my god, Anra, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut that off. Anra with the 2K, and the Sheriff here trying to prove that they are definitely the better team, and they are going to take us to that third map, but they have to plant the bomb. And with that choice, it's going to be the rotation going on to the B site. They get it for free, so the bomb's going to go down.
I see they're using Viper quite a lot on these maps. I want to know, do you think Viper is the best possible person to have on this map, or who would you prefer?
Well, just basing on this specific gameplay here, Anra going for the 4K, unfortunately, was denied that ace by one of his teammates. Whoever that was, shame on you. You should have gave him the ace. How dare you? But to answer your question, Viper was very useful in that specific situation, because that Poisonous Cloud was able to make sure that that plant was planted safely, and the Viper's Toxic Wall was able to secure that there was no one flanking them from that mid area. So do I think it is the best agent for that situation for this game? So far it's proven.
Of course, of course.
And now it's going to be the fourth round. the Sage Wall's going to come on through for these defenders as they have been getting really aggressed on. We talked about it. Why is it that Burlington is able to aggress so hard? It is, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, call me, Philip. I am calling for you. That's a 2K. Budget Pro with the Bucky. Okay, sir. Can you get the second?
He take out someone else?
Yes, indeed. Now it's a Sage versus Sage.
Budget Pro.
Raymond, 22 health in a dream here, Peyton.
Let's see, I think Budget Pro could get this shot. Oh, I lied.
Oh,
no.
I think you caster jinxed it. That was your first caster jinx. But it's going to be Curtis ending off Efux and Eclipse ending off Raymond to give the defenders that first point.
That was a brutal beginning. That was quite rough.
It should have gone in the way of the attackers, but somehow, some way, when you have the bucket in your back pocket, Budget Pro can make it happen.
Oh, okay then. Now I'm curious to know.
We have a lot of hype here.
How do you think this round is going so far? How do you think, have the teams done anything that you would say, maybe not? Like, what are you seeing?
The way that I think the defenders, Lake Stevens, is playing, it definitely shows that they felt a little bit of that pressure from the first map. But it looks like after that round, they've gained a little bit of confidence. They haven't fully given up this A site, which they did before. The bomb's going to get planted, but as we see, it's Budget Pro still in the corner. And here we have Curtis helping out a friend as well, getting on site. I do think he gets taken down, actually able to take down XD. And now it's Kami Phillip with the great flank. Can he get the last Yo Mamas out of this map? And just like that, you asked, how is it going? I think the momentum is definitely shifting in the way of these defenders.
I'm curious if this is going to be the same as last match, because last match it started 0-4, and then it was neck and neck for the rest of the game. Like, they only lost by 1 point, and so I want to know if this is going to happen again. I think it might with the momentum they're gaining.
Yeah, I think you're definitely foreshadowing something, because as we can see, even though these attackers were way ahead, 3 rounds, okay, I'm getting too ahead of myself. 3 rounds ahead, the momentum has shifted in the way of Lake Stevens, and they're going to have this round if they could play those ultimates to the T. Curtis has the toward the 4s. We have a resurrection on Budget Pro, and I believe, I could be wrong, I think Viper has her Viper's Pit. So if they are able to use those efficiently, this should be their round as well.
Oh yeah.
Kami Phillip already starting off.
Out.
Yeah. It's the double swing from these attackers to make sure that they are getting traded properly. The bomb holder, Sage, is very low on that health, and they have to be careful, because if you lose Sage, you don't have any heals, you don't have slow orbs. XD says, I'm going to push onto this A site because we got to get on this site. The last one on there is Budget Pro.
But logistically, in a video game like this, you want to take out the healer first, because then everyone else is going to go quicker. So I'd feel like Sage would always be the most vulnerable target, because you're the healer and suddenly you're going to have people all over you.
Deputy had another thing to say there. He said, you know what, yes, I'll take out the Sage, but I'll also take out the Reyna. Efux trying to stay alive. It's down to Viper, but Deputy says, my replication is out of this map. And 3-3 here, Peyton.
It's 3-3. We're tied up. I'm curious to see which way this will swing, because the momentum has been all over the place. It's been like Stevens, Burlington, and I think it's going to be like that for the rest of the game.
One thing that could foreshadow to us what is going to happen this following round, aside from all of the ultimates on the side of Lake Stevens being up, is also the fact that last round was the full buy for Burlington. Now, as we can see, you see a Spectre on the hands of Raymond, and you see a Sheriff on the hands of the Jet, which means they're struggling economy a little bit, right? So if they lose this round, obviously it's going to be the 4th point for the defenders, and then moving forward, they're not going to be able to full buy that following round as well. So we could potentially see that 5th point coming through for Lake Stevens, but that's foreshadowing a little bit too much. This round, it looks like the bomb's trying to make its way onto this B site.
It looks like Yo Mama's trying to get in for a shot. And Call Me Phillips about trying to get around the Viper wall.
Oh, look at this. It's Budget Bro holding the angle. Yo Mama says, what angle? You're out of this map. Let's go. And as you mentioned, the heal coming in from Sage to make sure that his teammates are fully healed.
Of course. Oh, and Raymond is out.
Unfortunately, Call Me Phillip is on a roll, trying to go for that second, but Anra with the Sheriff. Okay, Anra, I see you with the Blade Storm. I see you with the Sheriff, but Eclipse also wants to join the party. It's XD trying to lurk back.
Did not check the corners.
Corners were not checked, but fortunately enough, it's the rest of the attackers that are able to successfully plant and move on to the following round with that dub.
I'd say in a game like this, it's almost hard to predict what could happen. Like you said, we might be foreshadowing a little bit, but these two teams are fantastic. They've taken out so many other wonderful teams this lovely day. But when you have two teams that are so well put together and have such great chemistry with each other, it's almost impossible to tell which team is going to have the upper hand.
Well, the upper hand is trying to come through for these defenders as Curtis is feeling himself and picks up that. And Curtis takes out XD.
And
Reyna's out of this map, but Joe Mama says, no, you can't get my buddy. I have to get you back. It's called trading at its finest. The resurrection is in the back pocket of Budget Pro, potentially maybe thinking about bringing Curtis out, but the Seekers actually come out from this
and
guy.
Rush trying to go after
Philip gets that 2K. Making it a 3v2. Defenders are up 1. They also have that resurrection. The blind goes through, but your mama peeks on through. Eflux gets the 2 left, and now it is a 5-3 for these attackers.
5-3 in the favor of Burlington. That was a fast round. That was intense, especially like we've stated with the Viper wall. It's almost impossible to tell what's going on the other side. And so those rounds can go so fast, so quick, because suddenly you have 3 people where there is suddenly none, and then you're in a firefight.
Yeah, and you know what Lake Stevens is, or sorry, Burlington is doing effectively, is also making sure that they're sandwiching the team. Also, Philip from Lake Stevens is doing that as well, but unfortunately it's the gunfights that are happening from the side of Burlington that is bringing them up top, and it's going to be Curtis with the operator getting punished once again. I don't know, Curtis. I don't know about the op. I think we have to talk about it later. Anra with that Budget Pro kill off of the map, now leaving 2 defenders. You talked about a quick match. This is a quick round indeed.
It looks like they're going after Eclipse and Dippity, and Eclipse is out.
Yeah, this is fast. We blink, and it's a 6-3.
I've noticed they got to start watching those corners. They've tended to just barrel around them, and then they get sniped. I think that's where some of their downfall has been.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, your shots just don't hit the way you want them. That's number 1. We all know it. I know everyone in the crowd is like, yeah, my shots sometimes, I think I'm hitting something, but it doesn't quite connect. We hear you. But that's kind of what's happening here for the side of Lake Stevens as the marshals come out. Dippity trying to get XD, and it's XD who's always getting that first blood. And it's good because it's your Reyna. You want your duelist to be the one creating space and getting those first bloods, and XD is doing a phenomenal job about that, which is giving them that man advantage as they make their way onto this B site.
XD going around the corner. Oh! And a double kill.
That was spicy.
And it looks like we just have 1 left for Lake Stevens. I think he could hold out.
You can hold out, but this is kind of like a safe round, so you're kind of hoping just to hurt the economy of your opponent. Holding a Sheriff, unless you're a Sheriff god, and I don't know about it yet, then I don't know if it's the right call to hold out that Marshal. You kind of want that full shield and Vandal to come out as we see. Curtis, once again, trying to prove us wrong, Peyton.
I think Curtis is an overachiever. He's going too far.
I mean, I like the fact that they're trying to hit those shots with the operator. Unfortunately, it has not. You're 0-3 right now. I love the underdog story. I believe that you can get a couple of op kills. I'm just ready to see it here, Curtis.
Looks like they're going through the Viper wall.
Oh, that Viper's Pit coming out to hold off that A main push. Oh, look at this lurk happening from Reina over at Hall.
Oh, and call me Philip has gotten sniped.
It's XD also getting rid of Curtis. Curtis, that's 0-4, my dude. Now the bomb making its way onto this B side. Jet dashes through. It's a blind. Sky accidentally blind themselves, so they do go down. And now it is the bomb being planted onto this B. The lurk around from Budget Pro. And the resurrection might come out here. Okay, so we got this sandwich happening from these defenders. We have the Viper onto this B main. Okay, they're going to buddy system here. They're going to get together and try to fight it out together, which I absolutely love. And the resurrection does come on through. Call me Philip, top fragger for this team. Dippity getting Onra. The flash comes on through. They need a push. The time is ticking. That poisonous cloud is going to hold them off of the bomb for a little longer. Evok's able to connect, and Yo Mama ends it all.
Yo Mama is a very good close combat player. I feel like once someone's in that Viper's Pit or going through the wall, you know, Yo Mama always seems to be on the other side, ready to just go for the kill.
Yeah, they're definitely ready to go, and Yo Mama also has that Viper's Pit if they want to use it. They try to aggress that A site, and that is kind of, we talked about it, Peyton, which was the when a Viper's Pit gets put down, nobody wants to go into it. Because it's kind of like, do we really want to mess with it? We know Viper's here. Maybe we should just rotate over. But this time around, the attackers have the Viper's Pit. So if they're able to get onto that site and plant and then pop the Viper's Pit, it's going to be the defenders not wanting to go into that. Onra, though, starting off the show. Once again, a duelist on that first. Curtis is out of this map. Call me Philip says, I got to trade you off here. And the Viper's Pit being put down onto this A site like we talked about. The bomb will eventually get planted, but Budget Pro trying to make it hard.
Down XD.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
It's going to be a heal. They know the bomb's planted. You're going to want to take it nice and slow. Try to fight anyone that may not be in the Viper's Pit. Oh, it's going to be the connection. Budget Pro does find Viper. Able to find two. It's Dippity who does indeed connect and gives us a fourth round for these defenders.
Excused. Switching sides.
So how do you feel so far about this, Peyton?
I feel like both teams are so well equipped with what they do, and they have such great synergy with each other that it's almost hard to form an opinion fully about like who's, you know, has the upper hand, because the score changes so quickly that I can't really make an opinion about the game at this moment. I just need to wait and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, so far Burlington is leading. They have that confidence because they won that first map. So if, let's say, Burlington is able to secure that 13 points, then they will be the champions of the WSSEA finals.
However, if Lake Stevens secures 13 points and the pendulum does shift, we will go into a third match and determine a state championship at that point.
Yeah, so far Yo Mama holding down this A site quite efficiently here.
Yo Mama holding it down.
Trying to go for that third, but Budget Pro does come down on top. Curtis with the headhunter, unable to connect, and Budget Pro is going to plant. Actually, no! Anra says no plant for you. Actually, the bomb does go down, but it doesn't matter. That defuse will be coming through.
And it looks like Burlington's won another point.
So we are at the second half here. We're going to have Burlington on defense now, and then Lake Stevens is on that attack, which they did manage to win that first round. So they're going to be able to buy the second round.
And how do you feel about the attack and defense switching? Do you feel like that's going to be in favor for Burlington and Lake Stevens, or do you think it's going to be almost a hindrance or more of a difficulty?
Well, Burlington is a very aggressive team from what we've seen, and just their team, actually their team composition is fairly more geared towards defense, I would say, because of how many Sentinels and controllers they have. But I mean, I could see how it could be beneficial having that Reyna in the sky to flash away onto site. They're very quick as well. As you see, they're already fully into the defender's spawn, and they're just pushing on through. They do have that weapon advantage, so we expect them to be on top. We expect them to get this win. But can Anra catch this post plant as Budget Pro swings the wall? The bomb is down. They're going to have to recapture it. X is a 3v2, but Call Me Philip flanks around, able to get that kill. XD still meeting a menace from B main, and Viper holding down this tube is walled off. Not actually able to help out XD here. Gonna poke through the wall as the bomb gets planted. Call Me Philip gonna add another point to its ultimate. It's gonna be pushed from XD. Able to catch out XDippity. It's a 2v1.
Call Me Philip has to take back XD's life, so that was revenge.
Yeah. It's a karma. Instant karma here as Yo Mama trying to keep these defenders alive, unable to succeed. These attackers are on a row now. What are you liking so far? Are there any plays you would like to highlight here, Peyton?
I'd like to highlight their use of the Viper Pit. I feel like they're not using it when it's unnecessary. Both teams, you know, they use it sparingly. I also want to acknowledge their use of Sage, because as we've discussed both on and off stream, it's almost odd at this point to always pick Sage, but these teams have had so much use that I feel like without Sage, the results might be drastically different.
Yeah, as we see these defenders, they were able to hold off this B push for a little bit, but unfortunately there was 2 defenders who were killed from Hall and to B site. There is still XD and Raymond lurking about, but they do have that weapon disadvantage. Call Me Philip able to eliminate the returning Reyna, and Dippity and Budget Pro add on to that, giving them a flawless, so the attackers are making their way back.
Now see, this is what we were talking about, the pendulum shifting, because now Burlington, I believe, is, you know, kind of stalled in the points, whereas Lake Stevens is creeping up on them. And so, you know, the pendulum, it's shifting. We don't know what's going to happen next, because the teams are already having drastically different results with these, you know, the defense and attack.
Yeah, I think also what is a little bit hard for the defending team, Burlington, is the fact that they don't really have a Sentinel. Yes, they have the Sage, but once that Sage wall gets eliminated and a team could just dash on through, then you're really giving up the site. As we can see, Anra has to hold the back line. It's Raymond with the Bulldog, does eliminate one with the help of Yo Mama as well. They do have the man advantage, so this looks
Dippity
like...
taking out Raymond.
Oh. And Curtis as well. It's now a 3v3, but Sage is very low. Dippity's shots, though, they are there and they are on fire. It's now down to XD to fight off this 2v1 and potentially get the defuse connects with
1v1. XD versus Curtis, both going in the corners.
It's going to be the jig. Oh, the fade out. So a strategy that a lot of teams have, and just in general, everybody knows about this strategy, or I guess not Curtis, but you tap the bomb, you get off of it, and wait for them to peek. Because they're going to think, oh, look, I'm holding, I'm defusing. But you're like, no, I'm actually not. I just tapped it so that you can think I was defusing and peek me.
So essentially, they do a fake out. They say they're doing one thing and then go completely the opposite direction.
Yeah.
That's very smart on, you know, the defender's part, especially since attack doesn't really have a way of knowing which way they're going, and it's better not to risk it.
Exactly. Now it's a 10-6. It's a 3 rounds left for these defenders if they want to secure this dub. But it is Lake Stevens still trying to keep their dream alive. It's Call Me Phillip getting caught out in this mid. But the rest of the squad for Lake Stevens is aggressing this A site. The Viper's pick comes out here, Peyton.
Of course, the Viper's pay my favorite place so far. I feel like if they can get into the pit, they're going to have a chance of taking out a couple attackers, because I feel like no one expects them to go in anymore. I feel like they could sneak from behind. But of course, you know, I'm not the player. I don't know what's going through their heads.
Well, XD is the player, but Eclipse says not for long, as he does indeed claim the life of XD here. The bomb is in the hands of Sky, and a little bit of heal for this Viper to make sure they are nice and safe for the next coming fight. The defenders do have that man advantage. They're able to just hold on to this A site. They are playing like this split, as you can see. Jet is in that mid, Sky is in the B just to gather information. But it's going to be Raymond, the first point of connect, able to take out Eclipse, but Dippity already ready.
Dippity's getting flanked from both sides. It looks like they're actively searching for him.
The time is ticking. You only have 4 seconds to plant, and Dippity is well aware of that, as there's still a Viper lurking
Dippity
about.
plants.
Yo mama still in that Viper's pit, waiting patiently for the rest of the squad to come on through. The bomb is ticking. They're gonna need to do something right about now. Yo mama peeks at the perfect spot. Dippity in return gets that Viper's pit. They're gonna have to go in it together. The time is ticking. They gotta go now. It's a flash
Dippity
coming
takes
through.
Andra.
Dippity able to take another 1v1, looking for the second. Eflux is very low on health. Maybe gets touched by that snake bite. No, okay, ooh, it's safe for the time being. Oh wait, the Viper pit has gone. Dippity didn't stay in it. It's going to be a tap. It's going to be the fake out. Eflux, though the time has ran out, there is no time. That defuse is not going to go through. It is a point indeed for Lake Stevens.
What happened there was Dippity didn't even have to defend at that point. He just had to stall. He just had to hold off FX until it was too late. A great move on his part.
Yeah, these teams are playing mind games. Right, Valorant is much mind games as it is actual shooting.
Which is amazing. The amount of strategy that would be involved in something like this is astounding. And we know these players, they practice for so long to get to this point, and it's honestly astounding.
That's going to be the hit once again. It looks like Lake Stevens loves this B site, and Andra says, I know you do. Here's a little 2K with my operator, looking for this third as the bomb has been dropped behind site. It's Call Me Phillip, gets caught out once more by Andra, and Andra is trying to look for the ace. Is the team going to give it to him? We shall find out as the bomb makes its way onto this A site.
FX looks like they're waiting for something, maybe for a sandwich, maybe not. The Viper wall has gone up, meaning that now the side is cut off.
It is, and that's a perfect hide spot for Yo Mama, who's patiently waiting and gets a flawless for Burlington. Now down to 2 more points for them if they want to dub up this map.
Now, I'm all for a good underdog story. What do you think the odds are here?
Oh, that's hard. Why do you do that to me, Peyton? I can't. I'm not very good at statistics, but I think just based on their economy, we're already looking at potentially taking it into the 12th point. And even based on their economy, they're not going to have a full buy for the following round for these attackers. So they're really depending on this specific round. As you can see, they're going to aggress this A site. They've hit that B a little too much. That Viper's wall is giving just enough coverage for Yo Mama to hold them off of the site. They're going to need some sort of flash, which they do have the Sky, but they're going to initiate with the Trailblazer. The slow orb going to hold them off of the site for a little longer.
Out.
Call Me Philip gets caught. Gets E-Bucks, and Raymond now looking to work on Budget Pro, but not able to fully connect here. Raymond does get the 2K, make that a 3, and now it is just a 3v4.
It looks like Call Me Philip was trying to go for some corner shots, which is always a good strategy. Eclipse hiding behind Eclipse taking out FX.
Through the wall.
Through
not
the
even
Viper's
vision.
wall.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Anra
and
still with the
Anra.
operator. It's down to Philip. Philip in a dream. Philip to continue.
It's
going
a
to be the
1v2.
Blade
I
Storm.
take it back. It's a 2v0.
Just, and that is going to be taking us over to the match point. I'm curious to take a look here at the economy of Lake Stevens here for this last round.
Well, let's take a look at that, shall we?
There you go. You asked and we received.
Oh, yes.
So
what do you see here?
I mean, we are going to see a light shield on Philip here. Also, we see a Bulldog on Eclipse because they were unable to really full buy here. We do have these Seekers for them to entry into a site or even just to use for post-plant. I would like them to use them as an entry point onto that A site. The problem with the A site is that the Viper is doing such an effective job at holding them off. But bringing out the Trailblazer and potentially even those Seekers, it could allow them to get onto this. It's Dippity who does get rewarded for that mid-aggression here. Dippity says
taking out Yo Mama.
Yo Mama is out. Goodbye. 9-9. Efux doing a little bit of pop damage onto the Sky. The Sky gets onto the full side. Dippity is in this deep CT.
Spike planted.
Stairs here.
The spike has been planted, so at this point they just have to defend.
Oh, it's going to be Anra with the operator. Takes a shot. Does not quite connect. Dippity is getting hungry here.
1v5. Let's see if Raymond can hold out.
Raymond on the flank. Trying to take these 1v1s.
Trying to take Eclipse. Oh, and he takes... Oh.
Takes down one, but unfortunately cannot take two. And that's res is an economy res, right? As we talked, it was a struggle economy. Resing Eclipse allowed for him to keep his weapon into this following round, therefore only needing to buy abilities as well as a shield.
Well, that's all well and good, but what did you make of that last round? It seemed that Lake Stevens picked off the players so quickly. Why do you think that is?
So they did a good job at sandwiching the site. They aggress from the mid and they aggress from the A main. As we saw, Yo Mama has done a phenomenal job at holding the A main, but when getting sandwiched, you can only look at one direction, and it was Dippity that was able to get out Yo Mama and fully take control of the site. The Seekers, though, are starting off this A push, but that's not exactly where they want to end. As you can see, the bomb is still lurking about mid. So they were trying to go for this initial kind of pick, see where they can get the kill here. But Raymond collapsed one, now leaving it a 3v4. Anra still operator in hand, takes a shot, does not connect. Now has to reposition, is going to get blinded. And that poisonous smoke gonna allow them to
that Viper pit.
Oh, it's a 2 for Anra, and just like that, it is the game, the series for Burlington High School here.
Winner of the Valorant Washington State Scholastic Esports competition is Burlington High School. But of course, great game to both of these schools. Lake Stevens held on. It was not by any means a far gap between the two. Lake Stevens managed to get the score pretty high.
Yeah, and